Welcome, Libra, to your energy reading for what your spirit guides would like to tell you at this time. You clicked on this video for a reason, so let's go ahead and find out what that is. Of course, as always, take what makes sense for you and your story. If anything does connect, if you don't mind supporting with a like, comment, subscribe, it really does help me out a lot, so thank you for your support. Of course, we'd love to have you a part of the channel, so welcome in. Hope you are doing well. And let's just see where we go. We'll jump right into it with the Angel Tarot here. Spirit guys, what do we need to talk to Libra about right now? What is most important for their best and highest good here? What is going on with Libra? Okay, so we have the Ace of Swords, brand new opportunity of clarity, overcoming obstacles. I feel like with the butterfly here, it's kind of signifying some sort of big change or transformation that you could have been dealing with or processing or working through. Maybe there has been some sort of struggle with clarity, you know, for example, with the butterfly going into like the cocoon phase before it does actually become a butterfly. Maybe things have been a little unclear, or may have been some sort of unknown that you have been dealing with, but it's kind of like the light at the end of the tunnel is coming through with this Ace of Swords. And this is air energy with swords in the tarot. So I don't know if you're dealing with like another air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, doesn't have to be. But this card is talking about brilliant ideas that may need refinement, overcoming obstacles with faith that everything will work out. Communicate clearly and concisely, remain objective. So something here about holding on to your faith, even though it's kind of like that saying, walking by faith, not by sight. Even though you may not be really sure like what's going to happen in this kind of stormy weather, because you know, I'm noticing in the back, like it's snowing out here. There's like a big storm in the background. Whether this is incoming or passing will really depend on kind of where you are on the timeline, whether this is something that has happened, is happening now, or may be yet to come. But I just want to assure you, Libra, that this is an opportunity for growth. And while it doesn't necessarily feel comfortable, you're going to look back on the situation and be grateful and thankful that it did happen, because it is helping you transform or evolve into a more empowered, free version of yourself. And so I don't know if there's something about truth that has been coming up around this time that may have been challenging, some like realizations or things, again, like some sort of truth coming to light, maybe something that is bringing a new sense of perspective or awareness, consciousness, maybe even something having to do with your spirituality when it comes to enlightenment, awakening. My face is itching very strongly, Libra, and when this happens during my readings as an empath reader, this just means for me that you have a loved one on the other side that's watching out for you. This could be your spirit guides, angels, but I feel specifically there may be a loved one for some of you that you've been thinking of missing, maybe getting signs about. Definitely don't discount those, but let this be confirmation that they are with you, supporting you, guiding you. But 100% your spirit guides are with you all the time. So definitely pay attention to the signs and synchronicities that are coming up, and definitely communicate with spirit as well, because spirit is all around you all the time and is ever present to hear your requests, whatever that may be. I hope all of that was making sense. Let's see what else wants to come up for Libras at this time. I'm getting like this too shall pass type of energy. Yeah, there's some sort of major ending I feel some of you have been dealing with, which is what I was picking up with before, because with new beginnings, usually they happen after an ending. This is the Ten of Swords as well. So it doesn't necessarily have to be something like on the physical that's ending. This could just be like, again, your mindset, your perspective, again, this epiphany epiphany or clarity when it comes to like some sort of truth, how you've been seeing yourself, your situation, your life, your other people, something like that. But even if it's not just that, again, it could be something that has ended where maybe you're considering moving or having to move around this time. Maybe some of you are leaving a job or leaving a relationship. It's just an ending of a way of doing things that hasn't worked. You know, things. It's easier said than done to understand sometimes, especially during this like stormy period. That it may feel like, well, why is this happening to me? Like, why are things so challenging and hurtful and difficult? But you know, this card is talking about the end of a situation that brings relief, sadness, or both. So it's again this like blessing in disguise type of energy that while it may be uncomfortable, you're not maybe fully seeing right now, or maybe you do finally. It's like this clarity of 2020. Hindsight is 2020. So it's just like you're going to make it on the other side of this with the Ace of Swords. This talks about, I'm glad this came up first because I'm hoping that this is giving you some sort of sense of relief that things are going to work out in your favor and that whatever challenges you are dealing with, you will be able to overcome them with ease when you are able to change how you are looking at your situation and trying to see the positives, trying to see the glass half full, trying to be optimistic and faithful that all of this is happening for a divine reason. Sorry about that, Libra. My cat was doing something in the other room. I had to go check on him. But what I'm really just trying to say is that, you know, you're going to see on the other side how beneficial this truly is. And I know it's so much easier said than done because, especially with like an ending that is very hurtful and disappointing and saddening, it could be having to do with other people as well, because you do have the Five of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So maybe there has been some sort of hurtful conversation or falling out, maybe where there's like, again, truth coming to light that someone may not have had the best intentions, or there's just like this falling away because of a mismatch in energy, or not really being on the same page, or really seeing that this person, place, or thing is just no longer healthy for you, as much as maybe you've tried to figure things out or find a resolution or do everything that you can to try to, you know, have a positive outcome or resolution. But sometimes we do all that we can and still come to find that it's not really a match, or it's a fit, or it just gets to a point where it's too hurtful, painful, unhealthy, and we either have the choice to take control and move in a different direction, or sometimes things can happen to us that make it feel like, you know, kind of put us in somewhat of a victim mindset, which is understandable. I mean, yes, it did happen to you, but at the same time, it's understanding like what led up to that, which I do feel like you will have clarity about if you don't already. But this is going to be a weight off your shoulders, the end of an addiction. If anyone's dealing with something like that, can talk about a melodramatic reaction. So also not jumping off the deep end, so to speak, when it comes to like feeling that your life is over. Granted, I'm not saying to not feel what you feel. It's completely valid and understandable to feel that way. But it's also recognizing that it is not the end of the world, that this ending is bringing about a new beginning for you, Libra. And I feel like, yeah, again, it's just like having a weight off your shoulders. That message that came up in the card, it's like some sort of baggage, weight, or challenge, or maybe there has been a lot of drama surrounding like friend groups or a group of people, or it could be one person, or just the situations that keep presenting themselves. Yeah, Six of Cups. So you are going to find healing about this. I feel like this could be having to do, for some of you, having to do with family. Could be a group of people, a group of friends again. So I get strong family or friends, because even in the Ten of Swords, this kind of makes me feel like, you know, someone who's leaving home. It could be like going to college or something, but that's just an example. But or just needing to. I don't know if there's something as heavy as like cutting off friends or family members that just again that are no longer for you. And while you may forgive while you may forget, I don't know why it came out that way. um Maybe I think it came out that way because it's like, oh yeah, I'm just supposed to forgive all the backstabbing and lying and cheating and stealing or whatever was done to me. I'm just supposed to act like that's okay. It's not that it's necessarily okay, but it's also something that you're not going to be carrying into your future. And so sometimes it can feel like, oh, like you've got me twisted, or you think like I'm just gonna uh, accept what had happened. But it's like you got to find some acceptance about it, otherwise you'll spend your whole entire life with a chip on your shoulder, being resentful and holding a grudge, which is only just going to keep you from stepping into a new beginning where you do have clarity and where you do have victory and being able to overcome your challenges. So just make sure that, yes, it's again not discounting your feelings, going through that grieving process if you are in a state of grief, but also being able to continue moving forward and letting go of what's not serving you mentally, emotionally, physically, whatever it is. And I do feel like being kind to yourself, being easy on yourself, and nurturing your own emotional well-being, and taking that time out to rest and relax and let go, and do your best as best as you can to be positive and trust that all of this is for your best and highest good, even when it doesn't feel like it in the process. And again, with this Six of Cups talking about children or childhood, this could be people like siblings, parents, just familial connections that just I get maybe even for some of you, like there has been some sort of generational stuff that's been like passed down, and maybe you're just the one that's meant to do something different, and maybe that's why you're having to break away in some area of your life. Again, it doesn't have to just be having to do with family, but that seems to be coming through quite strongly now, in order for you to release these ties to unhealthy patterns or relationships, or just doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results. And so this card is also saying revisiting old dreams or plans, embracing your inner child, the return of people or romances from your past, romanticizing how things used to be. And so there's something, my face is itching really strongly again to say, I feel that even for some of you, this could be having to do with someone who crossed over on the other side, that's coming through to let you know that they're not gone, and that they're supporting you and guiding you and loving you, and they're wanting you to find that peace of heart so that you can move on and create a new life for yourself. And even if you do have like family members that are living, it's like, even though they may not fully say it, I think deep down in their soul, they would want you, on a soul level, they would want you to move on from anything that is not serving you and anything that's not healthy. And if there are any people, like past relationships coming back, it can also bring about these like endings, like the ending that happened in the past between the both of you, and how like there was fights, arguments, cheating, lying, stealing, and kind of there could be something about that coming around. But I will say this is also a blessing in disguise, because it's an opportunity for you to release that baggage, to find forgiveness and let go. It doesn't mean you should accept the person back, but it's at the same time being able to do yourself a service by not holding on to what was, so that you can move forward to what will be. And you will be, wow, even the Six of Wands at the bottom of the deck too. So you're going to be victorious in this. You're just being called to follow your inspiration and follow the clarity and truth that is coming through at this time. So I feel like that's like the main messages there. I don't feel like I need to like pull any more cards for some reason. So, but well, at least in that deck, I'm going to pull some Oracle Spirit Guide messages for you and see what else your Spirit Guides would like to have you keep in mind around this time in this time of your life. Holy shit, yeah. So perfect confirmation. Not only do you have trust, you being called to follow your inner guidance and follow that and your intuition, your heart, and where your soul is guiding you towards, even though you may have to, it's kind of like taking a leap of faith into the unknown, where it's like, for example, say you're in a forest and you're not really sure where you are. You can follow or it's important to follow your impulses, your gut instinct, and what feels right to you, because that's coming from your inner wisdom, your inner guidance, your soul, to let you know, go this way, go that way, go this way, go here, go there, leave that person, go to this person, or, whatever the situation is. But you're just being called to trust in the divine guidance that is coming through from your spirit guides. And it's just really up to you whether you're willing to listen to that or not, or let these past situations or even memories or feelings or thoughts get in the way of trusting in your own discernment, I guess I'll say. This says, while your logical mind is dictating a supposedly clear direction, your soul's inner guidance is urging you to follow an alternative path. The logical path may be one that you consider safe and more familiar, but you could be missing out on boundless opportunities and so much more. So it's like not letting these past situations block your blessings, block your success, block your victory of being able to overcome the challenges that you are facing or have faced or even will face in the future, because there's always going to be, shit we got to deal with or shit we don't really like. And, but you have the ability to turn a molehill into a mountain, or turn a mountain into a molehill, so to speak. It's like you can, again, it's all about your perspective, about your awareness, and whether you are going to empower yourself or diminish your ability to have clarity and, be victorious over these challenges. And then you also have receive here. So you are being given an opportunity. That's what I feel like the Ace of Swords is really talking about. This is a blessing from the universe where you are receiving some sort of gift from the universe that your spirit guides are wanting to guide you towards, but it's going to come through your wisdom, your intuitive guidance that is within that's calling you in this direction of receiving that which is already yours, that is being offered to you. This is saying you are a kind and loving soul who constantly reaches out and gives to others, but now it's time for you to learn how to graciously receive. Just as with the ebb and flow of the tides, the art of giving and receiving is the natural law and order of the universe. You know what this makes me feel, especially with like the family aspect. Again, it doesn't have to be dealing with family, but I do get this for a lot of you. Whatever it is, though, you've been putting so much time, energy, attention, resources. Like maybe you feel that you just give and you give and you give, and it's like you're not really getting back from these people, places, or things. And you deserve so much more. You deserve to receive. And so it's like, instead of putting other things or people as a priority when you should be putting yourself as a priority, it's like once you let that go, then you like regain this power back. I feel like that's part of this gift here, is the gift of getting back a part of you that was given away to others, because you are such a loving, kind, caring person and you want to be of benefit to other people. But if other people don't have good intentions or they're not appreciating everything that you are providing, then that's what can really cause a lot of endings or cause some sort of loss or disappointment, resentment, and holding on to, grudges, because it's like, well, I'm doing all of this and you're doing nothing, or, however the balance is, I don't know. Everyone's story is different, but it's also just knowing that whatever has been out of balance, and you deserve to have, at the very least, equilibrium and that reciprocity of like give and take. It's not, you know, especially in relationships, it's a give and take, thing. And if things are out of balance, then it's going to feel that way. But the universe and your spirit guides are helping you and guiding you and supporting you to and through an ending, in order for you to be able to accomplish this success and overcoming these challenges, and to evolve and awaken to the gifts that are inside of you and the power that is within you, and that you shouldn't lower your standards, morals, and values for anyone, even if it is your own parents, you know. And you deserve to be treated in the way that you treat others, which is in kindness, love, and respect. So I hope this made sense and connected for you, Libra. Definitely let me know down below. If you would like to donate or book a reading with me, you can do so through my link tree down below in the description box. Thank you to everyone who has donated. It really has helped me out so much. So thank you for your support. Also, thanks for choosing me to read your energy. And until next time, have a blessed day.